replica. Half of you should know me, right? Other half a replica.
This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years. Every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything. Well, first of all, one's very fortunate if you get to work on just one of these in your career. We're introducing 3 revolutionary products of this class. The first one is a widescreen iPod with touch controls. The second is a revolutionary mobile phone. And the third is a breakthrough internet communications device. 3 things: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it? These are not 3 separate devices. This is one device, and we are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone. And here it is. Let me talk about a category of things. The most advanced phones are called smartphones, so they say. And the problem is that they're not so smart and they're not so easy to use. They're really complicated. Just for the basic stuff, people have a hard time figuring out how to use them. This is what iPhone is. Okay? What's wrong with their user interfaces? Well, the problem with them is really sort of in the bottom 40 there. It's this stuff right here. They all have these keyboards that are there whether you need them or not to be there. It doesn't work because the buttons and the controls can't change. But what we're going to do is get rid of all these buttons and just make a giant screen. We're going to use a stylus. No. No. Who wants a stylus? You have to get them and put them away and you lose them. Yuck. We're going to use the best pointing device in the world. We're going to use a pointing device that we're all born with. We're born with 10 of them. We're going to use our fingers. And we have invented a new technology called multi-touch, which is phenomenal. It works like magic. And boy, have we patented it. And here's the quote. People who are really serious about software should make their own hardware. You know? Alan said this 30 years ago. We've designed something wonderful for your hand. And this is what it looks like. It's got a 3.5-inch screen on it. It's really big. When you bring iPhone up to your ear to take a phone call, it turns off the display and it turns off the touch sensor instantly. Well, why do you want to do that? Well, 1, to save battery, but 2, so you don't get spurious inputs from your face into the touch screen. Just automatically turns them off, take it away, boom, it's back on. All righty. And to unlock the phone, I just take my finger and slide it across. All right, you want to see that again? Go to sleep. We wanted something that you couldn't do by accident in your pocket, and just slide it across, boom. Well, how do I scroll through my list of artists? How do I do this? I just take my finger and I scroll. That's it. All right. I could play with this for a long time. We have touch controls on here, of course. Isn't that awesome? Pretty cool, huh? We've just started. I was giving a demo to somebody a little while ago who'd never seen this before inside Apple. And I finished the demo. I said, "What do you think?" They told me this. He said, "You had me at scrolling." I could turn on a speakerphone like this if I wanted to.
Hello, Steve.
Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Well, it's been 2.5 years, and I can't tell you how thrilled I am to make the first public phone call with iPhone. Whoa, what is this? I've got another call coming in. Johnny, can I put you on hold for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I put Johnny on hold, and hi, Phil.
Hey, Steve, I want you to be the first call.
Do you have anything to say on the first phone call?
It's not too shabby, is it?
It's not too shabby. And there it is. Right? It's that simple. I can just take my fingers and we call it the pinch. And so I can just move them further apart and stretch the image. When you have a chance to get your hand on it, you'll agree, we have reinvented the phone. If you've ever used what's called a web browser on a mobile phone, you'll know how incredible this is. I hope you never really know. Starbucks. So I'm going to search for Starbucks, and sure enough, there's all the Starbucks. And there it is, and let's give them a call.
Good morning, Starbucks Bernhauer. How can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to order 4,000 lattes to go, please. No, just kidding. Wrong number. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yep. Isn't that incredible? Right on my phone. It's the internet in your pocket.
Steve says that each company should do the absolutely best thing that they can do every time, and I think he's shown it once again today. And internet architectures, right? And I thought, if we just sort of merge the companies, we could call them Apple Goo.
iPhone is like having your life in your pocket. It's the ultimate digital device. People spend $499 on this combination. What should we charge for iPhone? For 4 gigabyte model, we're going to price it at that same $499. No premium whatsoever. We're going to be shipping these in June. We're announcing it today because with products like this, we got to go and get FCC approval, which takes a few months. And we thought it'd be better if we introduce this rather than ask the FCC to introduce it for us. Clicker is not working. All right. They're scrambling backstage right now. You know, when I was in high school, Steve Wozniak and I, mostly Steve, made this little device called a TV jammer. And it was this little oscillator that would put out frequencies that would screw up the TV. And Woz would have it in his pocket. And we'd go into like a dorm at Berkeley where he was going to school, and a bunch of folks would be watching like Star Trek. And he'd screw up the TV, and somebody'd go up to fix it. And just as they had their foot off the ground, he'd turn it back on. And if they put their foot back on the ground, he'd screw up the TV again. And within 5 minutes, he'd have somebody like this for the rest of the Star Trek episode. 1% market share equals 10 million units. This is a giant market. If you just 1% market share, you're going to sell 10 million phones. And this is exactly what we're going to try to do in 2008, our first full year in the market. Today, we've added to the Mac and the iPod, we've added Apple TV, and now iPhone. The Mac is the only one that you really think of as a computer. Maybe our name should reflect this a little bit more than it does. So we're announcing today, we're dropping the computer from our name, and from this day forward, we're going to be known as Apple Incorporated. We've been so lucky at Apple. We've had some real revolutionary products. The Mac in 1984 is an experience that those of us that were there will never forget. And I don't think the world will forget it either. The iPod in 2001 changed everything about music. And we're going to do it again with the iPhone in 2007. There's an old Wayne Gretzky quote that I love. I skate to where the puck is going to be, not where it has been. And we've always tried to do that at Apple, since the very, very beginning. And we always will. And that's the iPhone. You know, in a few weeks, it's going to be iPhone's first birthday. We shipped our first iPhones on June 29th. And it was an amazing intro, certainly the most amazing one we've ever had. And iPhone has had tremendous critical acclaim, best invention of the year, and I think it's widely believed that this is the phone that has changed phones forever. So that's all great. That's all great, but the thing that makes us the happiest is that users love their iPhones. They love them. And, you know, 90% customer satisfaction. That's off the charts. I mean, what products today have 90% customer satisfaction? This is so wonderful. 98% are browsing. Mobile browsing's gone from nothing to 98% with the iPhone. Unbelievable. 94% are using email, 90% are using text messaging, and 80% are using 10 or more features. You can't even begin to figure out how to use 10 features on a normal phone. So this is phenomenal. And in this first year, we have sold 6 million iPhones till we ran out some number of weeks ago. 6 million iPhones. The next mountain we have to climb to go to the next level. So what are these next challenges? First of all, 3G networking, faster networking. Second of all, enterprise support, as we've heard. Third, third-party application support. Fourth, we need to sell iPhone in more countries. How do we know this? Well, we've sold iPhone in 6 countries so far, but believe me, they're in use in many more countries. They are in use all over the world. And so it's clear there is a demand for iPhones in many more countries. And last but not least, everybody wants an iPhone, but we need to make it more affordable. And we know this because we go out and talk to people who didn't buy iPhones, and the #1 reason by far they all want one is they just can't afford it. Some of them can't afford it. So we need to make the iPhone more affordable. So, as we arrive at iPhone's first birthday, we're going to take it to the next level. And today we're introducing the iPhone 3G. We've learned so much with the first iPhone. We've taken everything we've learned and more, and we've created the iPhone 3G. And it's beautiful. This is what it looks like. It's even thinner at the edges. It's really beautiful. It's got a full plastic back. It's really nice. Solid metal buttons. The same gorgeous 3.5-inch display. Camera. Flush headphone jack, so you can use any headphones you like. Improved audio, dramatically improved audio. It's really, really great, and it feels even better in your hand, if you can believe it. It's really quite wonderful, the iPhone 3G. First of all, let's take a look at 3G. Why do you want 3G? Well, you want it for faster data downloads, right? And there's nowhere that you want faster data downloads more than the browser and downloading email attachments. So let's take a look at these first. First, the browser. We've taken an iPhone 3G and on the same phone in the same location, downloaded a website on Edge and downloaded the same website using 3G, and we've captured the videos. So let's see how we do. We're off to the races here. It's a website with a lot of images on it, complex layout. 21 seconds on 3G. All right, 59 seconds on Edge. So, same phone, same location, 3G 2.8 times faster. But it's even more remarkable when you take a look at this next to Wi-Fi. You can see that the 3G speeds are actually approaching Wi-Fi. This has been my experience using the phone as well. It's amazingly zippy. This is also pretty amazing. We took two other state-of-the-art 3G phones, downloaded the same web pages, and the iPhone 3G is 36% faster than the Nokia N95 or the Treo 750. So that's pretty cool. And look at the result, by the way. Look at what you get, a full web page on the iPhone and something quite a bit less on some of these other products. 36% faster. We distribute iPhone in 6 countries today. We set ourselves the goal of 12 countries for the iPhone 3G and a stretch goal of getting to 25 countries over the next several months. Well, how do we do? Let me show you. So here we go. These are the countries we've added. So, 70 countries. Now, one other thing that benefits from fast data, of course, is GPS. And we've built that into the new iPhone 3G as well. So, As you know, location services is going to be a really big deal on the iPhone with the iPhone 2.0 software. You saw a bit of that here today. It's going to explode. And of course, we get data from cell towers, location data. We get location data from Wi-Fi, and now we also get it from GPS. And using the GPS data, we can actually do tracking. So as an example here, we're going to drive down. We recorded this on Lombard Street. Lombard Street's a fun street in San Francisco that zigs and zags. And here we are driving down Lombard Street, and we can actually track as we move using GPS. So it's kind of fun. You get the idea. So, built-in GPS. You know, the iPhone started off at $599 for an 8 gig iPhone. It now sells for $399 for an 8 gig iPhone. And we want to make it even more affordable. And I'm really happy to tell you that the iPhone 3G is going to sell for $199. At just $199, we think the iPhone 3G is going to be affordable to almost everyone. And that's for the 8 gig model. The 16 gig model, just $299. And for the 16 gig model, we also have something special. We have a white one. It's also very beautiful. Very, very nice. But of course, the big news is $399 to $199. And we think we can check off more affordable. We have a new ad. So if you'd like to see it, I'd love to show it to you. Yeah? Let's go ahead and run the ad.
It's finally here. The first phone to beat the iPhone. It surfs the web and downloads data twice as fast for half the price. Introducing the new iPhone 3G.
Isn't that nice? You want to see that again? Let's roll that again. I love this ad.
It's finally here. The first phone to beat the iPhone. It surfs the web and downloads data twice as fast for half the price. Introducing the new iPhone 3G.
To call the iPhone 3G a hit, I think would be the understatement of the year. Some people have called it the phone that has changed phones forever. And it's truly an amazing thing. The iPhone has changed how people think about their phones. It wasn't that long ago where we were so frustrated with these, call them crappy devices. And now they're unbelievable. incredible. It's changed what we can do with a phone. It's changed the things we expect as we're traveling around. For example, one of the things we wanted to create with the iPhone is a phone that was not only a great phone and a great iPod, but one that you could surf the web from anywhere. And look what's happened. The data's in. It's incredible. 2/3 of all mobile browsing is done on an iPhone or iPod Touch. How it's been going, Scott told you 50,000 applications on the App Store. These numbers are from this weekend. We looked up on the stores. The Android store is approaching 5,000 apps. Nokia has their OV store, and not all the apps run on all the phones. It's really complicated, so we took a lot of the phones and added them together to make a bigger number. BlackBerry broke 1,000, and somebody else, I can't read it, it's small. It's also changed what people expect from their phones. People expect a great phone now with a great experience. They want to love their phone again, just like we've loved our personal computers. And we've received just incredible awards for the iPhone 3G. In fact, I really think the iPhone 3G is the first phone that both business and consumers can love in one phone. So the iPhone 3G has been great. And that's why I'm really excited to tell you about an entirely new version, the iPhone 3GS. Now the S simply stands for speed, because this is the most powerful, fastest iPhone we've ever made. It has the same great design of the iPhone 3G that we just launched last summer, but what's inside is entirely new. This is a really fast iPhone. Everything you do all day long, you'll find incredible speed ups. For example, something as simple as launching a messaging application, 2.1 times faster. Loading a game like SimCity, 2.4 times faster. Viewing attachments and emails like an Excel attachment, 3.6 times faster. Going to a graphically intense JavaScript website like the New York Times, 2.9 times faster. Now the camera is another way that the iPhone 3G has really changed how people use their cell phones. Well, in the new iPhone 3GS, there's a brand new 3-megapixel autofocus camera. It takes pictures that are even larger, even more beautiful. For example, this photo, the Golden Gate Bridge. This photo right here was taken on an iPhone 3GS. It has amazing hardware and software that work together, as Apple is known to do. We make these things work hand in hand, and this has autofocus, auto white balance, auto exposure to take just a gorgeous photo for you. In addition to autofocus, we've got a great feature called tap to focus. So if I'm composing my photo, for example, in this case, I want a photo that focuses on the house, I just tap the house and it's in focus, and we balance the exposure for that. If I want to take a picture of the flower, I just tap it, and now it's in focus, and the photo's balanced as well. We've also improved low light sensitivity, so at night or indoors you can take even better pictures with better light sensitivity. And the autofocus brings along a really great feature, auto macro, as well. So now it will automatically take a macro photo of something as close as 10 centimeters away. Again, all these photos were taken with the iPhone 3GS. Look at that flower. That's just a stunning photo. It's an incredible camera. And as before, there is an API, so you developers can take advantage of this camera in your application. And any of you who use that API get these features for free in your application. But the best thing about this camera is it also captures video. So how does that work? It's as easy as can be. You simply go into the camera application, and there you'll see a new switch on the bottom right hand that says still or movie. And you flick to what you want to take, press the button, and now rather than capture, it's record, and it's recording video. 30 frame a second VGA with audio right on your iPhone. And like the still camera, it's autofocus, auto white balance, auto exposure, voice control. Wouldn't it be great to be able to dial friends and family just with the sound of your voice? With an iPhone 3GS, you can. It's the simplest thing. You're in an application, anywhere on your iPhone, you hold down the home button, and after just a second, a brand new user interface pops up. the voice control interface. It's really cool. There's a waveform right across the center that shows the amplitude of your voice as it's being listened to by the iPhone. And talk about easy to use. The commands you can make are scrolling by right on the screen so you know what to say. So if I want to make a phone call, I just say, call Scott Forstall. Scott's in my address book. It finds him and calls him. If it has more than one entry, like work and home, the iPhone will ask me, work or home? I say home, and it calls Scott at home. I can also dial a phone number by simply saying dial and the phone number. So you can make calls with the sound of your voice. You can also control the playback of the iPod feature in your iPhone with the sound of your voice. I can play a song by saying, play songs by the Killers. No matter what I'm doing on my iPhone, my music starts playing. I can also play a playlist, like a workout playlist. I can ask my iPhone, what's playing now? And my iPhone will speak back to me and tell me the artist and song title. Yeah. And this last one's really cool. We can use the Genius playlist to simply say, play more songs like this. And the song that's playing right now will be made into a Genius playlist, and I can keep listening to my favorite music as I go. So that's voice control. There's also a built-in digital compass. Get a cool compass fan out there. The Compass app is a new app that comes on the iPhone. It's really gorgeous. It shows you your orientation relative to magnetic north and true north. It shows you longitude and latitude. And there's a button right there to tap and go right into the map application, see where you are in a Google map with your location centered. And then if you tap a second time, it will orient the map to the heading you're facing with your iPhone. So what are we going to price it at? Just $199. And that's for a 16-gigabyte version, twice as much as before, and $299 for a new configuration, 32 gigabytes. Of course, these prices are AT&T prices in the US for new and qualifying customers. Pricing varies around the world. And both the 16 and 32 gigabyte iPhone 3GS come in black and white. So we think this is going to be a beautiful new phone, incredibly fast, incredibly powerful, state of the art, and going to continue the incredible success that iPhone 3G started. In fact, we're so excited, we also, like last year, created a new ad. So I'd like to show you that ad now.
I think it's the same.
Introducing the next iPhone. It's the iPhone you love. Now with video. Just one of the amazing new features on the iPhone 3GS, the fastest, most powerful iPhone yet.